Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Over 13,000 active fleet carriers are currently listed on the Inara website, and this will only account for a portion of carriers in total. Whilst many of these travel around inside the inhabited bubble, more than a few have travelled off into the depths of space. Over the past few weeks, these intrepid vessels have found themselves facing difficulties with refuelling, and this is thanks to serious reductions in tritium mining availability, a problem which arrived with patch 3 of the fleet carrier update. It's a problem which hit not only lone players, but also massively undermined the work of community-run endeavours such as the Deep Space Support Array. Once players quickly identified the problems with tritium availability, Frontier eventually acknowledged that this was indeed an issue, and an unintended one at that. In mid-July, Frontier gave some assurances that this would be fixed. One of the most noted points of feedback we've seen so far is the rarity of tritium has been negatively impacted. We'd like to make it clear that any negative impact on locating and mining tritium is unintentional, and the intention is for tritium to remain as accessible as it was prior to patch 3. And on the 27th of July, Frontier confirmed that the fix to tritium availability would be a part of the then upcoming patch 4. This should be fixed in the upcoming patch with the mining adjustment. Patch 4 arrived and it did indeed once again restore tritium to the locations from which it was absent. However, a post on Reddit by Commander Forias and a separate post to the forums by Commander Naughty, the director of the DSSA, have shown preliminary investigations highlight that tritium is still not working as it should be, or at least as it previously was. So whilst in singular tritium hotspots, the availability of ore can be found in around 67% of asteroids, which matches pre-patch 3 levels, the availability of ore in double and triple hotspots remains significantly reduced. In total, it appears that tritium in overlap hotspots is now over 50% lower than previous. It seems reasonable to assume that this is a part of the nerf that was made to low-temperature diamonds in an attempt to curb excessive credit earnings. However, a reduction on these levels to tritium has some serious knock-on effects. Whilst fleet carriers can now be slowly refueled by mining, the time frame to do so has now been doubled. The forum post goes on to highlight the impact of this. The Deep Space Support Array fleet carrier, the Callisto, was able to run refueling operations for 2 carriers and could achieve a full resupply in 3 to 4 days. Due to the tritium overlap changes, this has now been increased to 6 to 8 days of mining just to refuel the same 2 carriers. Obviously, this is a massive change and one that threatens much of what the DSSA has set out to do, and obviously it undermines the impact of this community-led objective that involves hundreds, if not thousands, of combined player hours. It's basically now facing some significant challenges. The player base, however, has shown that they are robust and always willing to rise to the challenge. Elsewhere in the galaxy, one of the most efficient BGS player groups, the Celestial Light Brigade, have set up their own DSSA carrier. This is located in the system that you can see on the screen right now. It's also listed in the video description. The system is around 6,000 light years away from Colonia and very well located. With over 400 Earth-likes within a 1,000 light-year diameter of each other, the Celestial Light Brigade have huge plans for the area, which includes hopes of setting up a new inhabited area of space. Indeed, the concept of player-led expansion across the galaxy is one that has long been dreamed of. For now though, the Celestial Light Brigade are able to offer some assistance to fleet carriers that are in the area and who are in need of fuel. The tritium can be obtained from the Celestial Light Brigade's fleet carrier services that are located within that region. Meanwhile, Frontier Community Management have acknowledged that they are aware of the current ongoing issues with tritium and have confirmed they are currently talking with the dev team. Unfortunately, beyond that, there are currently no new details on when, how or if the situation will be fixed. It's also worth pointing out that the negative effects on tritium overlaps may well be intended. However, Frontier's previous communications that tritium mining would return to previous levels certainly leads to the notion that things should have indeed returned to pre-patch 3 quantities. Whilst the majority of fleet carriers, the bulk of which are located inside of the bubble, will likely feel little to no negative effect of any of this, but nonetheless it remains a huge problem, and one which is going to mess with the chosen playstyle of a lot of players and groups out there. Let's hope it's something that can be rectified sooner rather than later. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.